Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gian. I'm here for the match review of AC Milan against Udinese. Match I finished moments ago at the San Siro, where AC Milan lost their second game of the season, this time to the hands of Udinese by 1-0. Thanks from a goal coming in from Perica. His goal came in at the 88th minute, just really moments away from the final whistle. Disappointing result to say the least. I was really expecting Milan to do better altogether. I was honestly thinking that we would pick up the win in this match. I don't see the reason really why we shouldn't beat an opponent like Udinese, with all due respect. They're a team that's building, that is for sure. But once again, Milan should be able to handle these games. They should be able to get the wins out of them. And it seems like they put in the most effort out of these two teams today. Yet, at the end of the day, they ended up on the losing side, where Udinese got maybe a lucky deflection goal. But at the end of the day, it's the result that counts. They got the result that they needed. And at the end of the day, they're walking away with the 3 points, and we're coming home with 0. So, once again, it's a very disappointing result. I thought that after that Napoli game, there was going to be some sort of spark from this team. At least that's what you kind of see in their training sessions, or at least that's what they wanted you to believe day after day. But once again, it just seems that that is not the case for Milan just as of yet. Now, recapping this game, really taking a look in the first half, I think Milan played a solid game. It was definitely the better of the two halves. But really, the positives weren't that many. If I have to pinpoint some positives from that first half, I have to go with either Sosa or Suso. The only two players that were actually vibrant for this Milan side today. Suso seems to me like the only player that wants to create, that is able to create in this team at this very moment. Not even Bonaventura as being that player that we once saw last season. He's very lackluster in these first few games of the season. It's kind of disappointing because I was expecting him to continue on that sort of form that he had last season. Back out once again inexistent, following on those footsteps that he left off against Napoli. When he doesn't get the ball, he's not able to create as much, and he's very invisible in front of the net. When he doesn't get the service he needs. He's not able to create for himself, and that is once again the major problem with backup. Jose Sosa, positive game from him. I really liked his performance. He hit a nice shot, a nice volley, I believe, in that first half where he hit the crossbar. Unfortunately for him, it didn't go in the back of the net, but definitely some positives to take from Sosa's performance today. Defensively, we did quite good for once today. I was actually surprised on how good we did defensively, because I thought we were once again going to follow on those footsteps in which, where we conceded so many goals in those opening two games against Torino and Napoli. But, was a game defensively. Unfortunately, that lucky deflection goal came in at the end of the game, but Paletta had possibly the best game in that defense today, I have to say. Romagnoli's game wasn't bad. However, I find that he had some physical issues with Duvan Zapata. He wasn't really able to contain him as well as Paletta was doing with the Udinese's runs. Antonelli, he did what he could in those minutes that he played, but nothing spectacular from him. And I have to say, Abate has been once again very, very, very disappointing. I think the cause of that goal, I can blame him for that goal scored by Udinese. What kind of marking was that? I'm simply unimpressed with that kind of marking. And it's not the first time Abate makes mistakes of this sort. this season. He needs to be closer, marking closer. He needs to anticipate these challenges, something that a true defender will do. But Abate, I don't know what's wrong with him. He's not that defender that he used to be. Just lackluster. And sometimes it kind of suggests that maybe Calabria should be taking his role instead. He should be the one, starting games maybe instead of Abate. But I could definitely blame Abate on that goal. Understand the deflection came in and everything, but the marking needs to be better from Ignazio altogether. Other than that, Deschio came in for Antonelli. He had, he didn't really make an impact. But in that second half, you could once again see Milan's problems. In that first half, we did good. We did good ball movement. We were actually creating lots of chances. And maybe in that first half is where we should have got the goals. Because in the second half, we completely fell asleep. Udinese quickly understood our playing style. They sat everyone back and they were hitting us on the counter. Milan were unable to break their back line as they were really focused on keeping them outside the box. And when you don't have creativity, when you don't have those dribblers and players that could create chances for you, these are exactly the type of games you're going to get. These are the type of results that could end up happening where Udinese or any other team could counter you and get a lucky goal like in that circumstance. So hopefully, Milan build on from this because it's 2 losses in 3 games so far to start off the season. We had a good start against Torino, so definitely not a positive start for Milan up to now. Next week we're playing Sampdoria. And Sampdoria is actually doing quite well so far this season. So it's going to be a tough match. We're playing away. But I'm expecting more from this Milan team. I know this team is capable of doing certain things, at least as a collective unit. Maybe some players, as we all know, don't deserve to play for the shirt. But I'm expecting better. We need to put games like this today in the bag and not let things like that late goal happen. Let's start reading your comments, guys. I want to know what you guys thought about the match. I know a lot of you wanted to actually come into this match review and give in your reactions to it. And I want you to know that you could actually send in your fan reactions to feature on the channel. I'll be posting the videos you guys send in. So if you guys want to feature on Rossoneri TV, simply send me your video of you commenting on the match to rossoneritv@gmail.com. I will be watching the videos and I will be posting them if they're good enough. So Sida Med says, who do you think is the best player in the team today? Gio, greetings from Algeria. Greetings to you, buddy. I think the best player today was definitely Suso. Once again, the only player that could create in this team. I don't see anyone else having that will that Suso has and that creativity, that flair that he could bring to the table. Once again, disappointing performance from Bonaventura. He was supposed to be a similar type of player to Sosa today, to Suso, but he didn't. He didn't do his job. He didn't do his job well, and that is exactly what happened. Do you think Milan can get into Europe now that we are not winning? I mean, it's still very early stages in the season, but definitely if we cannot score goals like we did today, where we had so many chances but only managed to hit the target like maybe 2 or 3 times out of all those shots, we're definitely not going to make it. Things need to change. Yeah, attacking trident doesn't seem to work. Suso and Bona get caught too wide. Should we have a more central formation to serve Bacca? I mean, I don't see a problem with Suso and Bonaventura's position. I see more of a problem like playing as a collective unit. I do agree on the fact that sometimes we are too wide and not too close together to the action. We see players out of position, stuff like that. But Bacca needs to learn that he's not going to be always served. He needs to start playing on his own. He needs to create. I know he's not that type of creator player that we need, but this was a big question all summer long. So far, he only had one good game, and the other two were really bad. So I'm not quite sure what Baca needs to do, but he needs to change his ways, definitely. Definitely agree that Paletta was the best in the defense. Bona was poor. Suso needs to pass. Do you agree the first half was promising? Yes, as I said, the first half was promising. I really liked what we showed. We had way more positives in that second half. And I do agree with you. Paletta was very good in defense. And that's exactly what I spoke about in the match preview. You know, I said that Romagnoli needs to have that experience next to him. And chances are that we're going to see Paletta more often, at least until Zapata comes back. Hopefully, Paletta continues this sort of form. But this kind of puts Gustavo Gomez in the back of the picks in terms of choosing who to partner Romagnoli. Has anybody noticed that Abate actually allowed the goal to score? Yes, I mentioned just that. Abate marking was terrible. And I saw it right away. I'm like, Abate's marking is terrible, and that's exactly what happened. You know, you can't give space like that in the Serie A. You just can't. You're going to get hurt, and that's exactly what happened to Milan today. You can't do that. Some more comments from you guys. I will suggest trying a 4-3-2-1 with Bonaventura and Suso behind Niang or Baca, but we don't even have the three in the midfield: Pasalic, Sosa, and who else? That's not a bad idea, but I don't think Montella will go with that, to be honest. Sosa's sub was wrong. Poli was the one who should have been substituted. Poli actually got substituted later on for Lapadula. Honda coming in at the 79th minute. Like, what? Like, I know he gave a decent ball there to Baca, in which he should have done better with. But, you know, if you're expecting on players like Honda to change a game for you, then I honestly don't know what to tell you. Because, you know, and that is the sort of problem that Milan has. We have no depth on the bench, no depth whatsoever. And when you're trying to make substitutions, you know they're not going to be the best substitutions. And when they're coming late on top of it, so you could definitely expect something bad to happen. Armand says, I don't think Montella's attacking style will work. Mia did well for Milan. His tactics were criticized for being defensive. But I think with this roster of players, that's the type of manager you need. Still early times. I definitely could agree that if Mihajlovic remained, maybe we could have done better. But this is still early. We're only 3 games in. I mean, I could see Montella's type of game that he wants to imply on these players. But if you don't have the players that could get you the results and get you to play that system to perfection, or at least close to perfection, you're going to be getting the results that you want. It's like saying to someone, start driving manual, but all they've been knowing all their life is how to drive automatic. You can't just change a mindset in 2 games, if you know what I mean. Yes, Montella does make some subs way too late. I understood that as well. Coach should cut Montoliva and Poli's hair bald if they continue like they did today. Don't you think we're way too predictable? Hi, Pietro, how are you doing? Hope everything is good with you. Obviously, Milan's way too predictable. I mean, you could just tell in that second half how predictable Milan actually were. I mean, besides the fact that we couldn't generate any concrete chance or actually, you know, start shooting on target in general, you could just see how easy it was for Udinese to defend in that second half. I mean, they quickly understood Milan's playing style that we showed in that first half, and they quickly adapted to it. They really didn't need to do much in order to get the result that they needed today. Because yes, this might be 3 points given away to Udinese. These might be actually easy points for Udinese, or they're going to take these 3 points because I think Udinese know themselves they didn't deserve to win this match. I think we all know that they didn't deserve to win this match. But what we do know is that they quickly changed the way that they wanted to play to fit in their criteria in order to limit Milan's chances, Milan's possession. You know, when you clog that back like they did, limiting Milan to just stay outside the box, chances are that Milan won't be getting much because they don't have those players that can create, that could swerve into the box somehow and get those shots on target. So Udinese kind of gave a lesson to the rest of the Serie A, if you think of it. And this is not the first time. I mean, how many times have we seen teams defend the way they did today, like Udinese, back last season? It's very simple to defend against this Milan side. Very simple. All they need to do, sit back, clog, and counter. That's all they need to do. And that's exactly what happened today. I'm going to read some last questions, guys. Jose Sosa did a good game. Yes. Santino, hey Gio, keep up the good work. Is it me or does Baca never show up in big games? I don't think it's only in big games, you know. I think it's like if he doesn't get that creativity that he needs, that support that he needs, that service that he needs, he's not gonna do good. And it kind of sucks because we're kind of relying on him to score the goals. But at the same time, if he doesn't get that service, you know that he's not gonna do anything. So yeah, I don't know what to make of him anymore. I'm not surprised we lost. It's easy to defend against because the midfielders don't move around into position to get the ball. And that's exactly what I was mentioning. We're very stable. We don't move around. We're just too static. Static of a midfield. Way too static. Any news about Antonelli? Yes, first of all, we want to wish him the best. I think from last time I heard, he's conscious, so I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's anything serious. However, he did suffer a trauma to his brain, I believe. But I do think that he's going to be okay. I don't think there's anything too serious, but hopefully we wish him a speedy recovery. So get better soon, Antonelli. Yes, Kuchka was missing this match. I've noticed that as well. I mean, Poli and Montolivo, guys, you're just shooting yourself in the foot when you start both of them at the same time. And I don't know if we missed Niang. He could have definitely gave something to our team today because Bonaventura didn't do his job. But we're going to have to see next game when Niang comes back. By the way, Kuchka is suspended for yet another game, so he's going to be missing next game as well. Jose Sosa played well. Yes, Irem Sosa, Jose Sosa played well. In that first half where he hit the crossbar, he could have definitely got on the score sheet. Yeah, I do believe with you, Jonathan. I think that many times Suso, he's a very good player. You can see the creativity. But once again, if you take a close look at him, he's very predictable as well, right? He always seems to go straight and then make that cut on the left to shoot with his left. He needs to pass more. He needs to have a better vision. If he could improve his vision altogether, I think that we'll have a very big player on our team. Can you give us fans words of motivation to stick by this club? Well, Anthony, I'm going to start off by telling you I've been doing this for 4 years now, and it's been probably the worst 4 years that I've experienced in this Milan team. And day after day, I've been keeping updated with Milan. I've been making these videos. And, you know, when you have the love for the team, you always have to stick by them. things will get better now the Chinese are in. Money will come in January. We're expected to get better players, hopefully, of course. But I don't think that we're going to be in the situation much longer. We need the players. We need the right players. Once again, as I said before, when we have players that can't adapt to the situation or simply not good enough, we could expect things like today to happen. And we need better players. Once we have better players, players that could actually give a change to this team, that's when we're going to start winning again, and that's when we're going to be on top again. We need a regista. I completely agree. Why can't Montella try one match without Monto leader? I want to try that as well. I need to see that. I need to see one match without Montolivo. I think that it could definitely benefit Milan. Montolivo, once again, guys, it's not to shit on him all the time, but how could we have a guy like him playing as a captain? I just don't get it. Anyways, guys, no, Montella won't be sacked, at least for now. But comments, I'm going to sign off now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV if you haven't yet. We are close to reaching 10,000 subscribers. It will mean a lot if you guys can give us a helping hand by clicking on that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later for another video. Thank you for watching once again. Signing off, and as always, Forza Milan.